Welcome to the Totally Honest Cooking Show. I'm Mark. Today we're making chili dogs. Now, I started with the best recipe I could find on Google, and then I changed it immediately because for some reason it didn't have chili powder in it. And what the hell is chili without chili powder? I don't understand, but whatever. We're going to start with 4 strips of bacon, cooked to manufacturer's specifications. Now, I frequently go with thick cut bacon for this. I'm just going for regular bacon because it cooks up fast and because of what we're using it for. Usually when I use bacon, it's supposed to be a focal point. Today, not so much. Okay, the recipe that I started with that I'm not following called for a white onion. The white onion that I got from the supermarket did not look good, so I'm using a yellow onion. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have hit the 3-component difference, and therefore this is my recipe now. Ha! Take that, random guy. Normally I would say keep your meat and your veg separate, but the onions are going in with the meat, so in this case it's fine. We're mincing our 1 yellow onion. Take that, random guy on the internet. Once that's done, we're doing 3 cloves of garlic. And they want us to mince the garlic, so I'll mince the garlic in this case. You know, usually I like to press garlic because you get more garlic per garlic that way. But I feel like there's something about a hot dog that you want to mince everything. I don't know. Don't question me. Sorry, sir. Once the bacon is done, we're going to go ahead and drain the fat off. I'm going to add the bacon fat back to the pan as needed. And take this time to try to get up as much of the fond as you can before it burns, ideally. You know, you do you. Obviously, this is definitely on the darker side of fond. Also, darker side of fond, my new album coming out soon. Recenter the camera, Mark. Sorry about that, jerkins. Once this stuff is fragrant and light brown, we're going to go ahead and add a pound of ground beef. And we're cooking this until browned. I'm bringing my cooked bacon back over here on a fresh cutting board. No raw meat in sight here. I've got my knife, which I have cleaned, and I'm gonna just go ahead and crumble the bacon. Once the beef looks done, you're gonna go ahead and add the bacon to the pot. Along with a cup of beef broth. This is actually chicken, but I'm hoping you won't notice. I forgot beef broth at the store, and I am out of beer. One does what one can in a pinch. I'm adding 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and 3 tablespoons of chili powder. Who the hell makes chili without chili powder? What's wrong with this guy? You might recall back to the chili episode when we made McLeod's chili. That used 6 tablespoons of chili powder to about 1.5 pounds of beef. I get that hot dog chili is more concentrated, but still. And this is optional, but you can... I'm adding a can of dark red kidney beans and 1.5 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Just go ahead and mix all that in. Starting to look like chili already. That's good. We're also adding in a can of crushed tomatoes. That's 15 ounces. Try not to make a mess of your stove like I just did. This pan is slightly too small, but it just is big enough. And while this is going, if you've got any sides to make, now's the time. We're gonna let this come up to a boil. Then we're gonna drop it down to a simmer and simmer it for 15 minutes. And while it's going, I'm gonna go ahead and make some fries. If you wanna make the fries, I'm using the French fries from the McDonald's French fry episode that may or may not be out yet when I put this up. I don't know. My life is a blur. I'm actually gonna back burner this. I'm gonna go ahead and start my dogs, which were the biggest ones I could find. I'm gonna stay close while the dogs are cooking, but I am gonna take this time to make some accompaniments. Okay, I am using this grill pan, so I'm trying to get some grill lines on there. Just like a real hot dog, you know. Normally I would say toast your bun for this, but these gluten-free hot dog buns have been in the freezer for a little while and they are quite dry. Also notice they are double the size of a normal hot dog bun, so these things fit perfectly. Now let's go ahead, serve up some. Now, notice that I use the slotted spoon so I can get a little bit more of the beef and a little bit less of the sauce. You do it your way, it's your house. I'm gonna go ahead and load up my dog. You might have to break out your food sculpting skills for this a little bit. Stuff will bounce off of this. And we're done. Look at that. Now, I like the kind of chili dog you can eat with a knife and fork, so that's what I made. Get in for a little bit of a close-up. Let me grab my lighting. Not too close, though, jerkins. Come on. Look at that. All right. Like, subscribe, click the little bell, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Don't forget to tell a friend about the show where the guy cooks in his crappy apartment. Bye now.